Okay, to our feature subjects and topics of what we're talking about today. Romi and the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee contacted me earlier this week and said they had something in mind. So in the direction of what Rotary International and our own club has decided to act on, because we believe that exemplifying, embracing diversity, equity, and inclusion should be part of everything we do at Rotary. I'd like to hand this over to Romi, and she's going to lead us in a land acknowledgement.
All right, thank you, Ian. So Monday was Indigenous Peoples Day, and it seemed an appropriate day to put our focus on where we are. I would like to begin by acknowledging that our Rotary Club of Arcata Sunrise sits on unceded land of the Wiyot Peoples. That's the Wiyot Tribe, the Bear River Rancheria, and the Blue Lake Rancheria, who remain in connection with this land through their culture, ceremonies, and stewardship today, just as they always have since time immemorial. Arcata is known as Gudini, which is over in the woods or among the redwoods. And then it's important to note too, because we live in a larger area than just Gudini. Our greater community sits on the land of Yurok, Chilula, Hupa, Karuk, Mattole, Nongotl, Sinkiyone, Tolowa, Wailaki, and Wiyot Peoples. We'll change slide here. Now, it's an important thing when we acknowledge the land that we live on. We're acknowledging the whole history. Significant harm was done here, and acknowledging that doesn't repair what was destroyed. But when we acknowledge the land in this place, it should compel us. It should compel us to ask some questions. And so I write in my land acknowledgement, what can I do? And I hope that you will be asking the same question. For me, the answer is I can educate myself and help to educate others. I can honor those whose land and water we benefit from every day in our lives here, and honor the traditional ecological knowledge for preservation. You may hear this term more and more. I love how it's been incorporated into the sciences in our academic programs at Humboldt State University. This TEK is a term you'll hear, traditional ecological knowledge. And that honors the incredible knowledge that they have always used to preserve this land and the waters. We can also support and celebrate tribal families and communities and work to empower tribal youth. I know in last year, one thing I was so proud that our club did was we became one of the sponsors of Success in Both Worlds, which was an incredible Native American conference for students that's put on by Native American students and attracts students from all over the region. And another thing that we can do is pay the honor tax. And we'll switch slides here. So you would go to honortax.org, and I included just a picture here of that page. Paying the honor tax is recognizing and respecting the sovereignty of Native nations. It's also implementing the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. This tax is out of respect for the Native sovereignty. Rather than being a gift or a donation, this is respect and acknowledgement. And interestingly, this honor tax was not created by the Wiyot Nation. It was actually created by individuals and organizations and businesses rather than the Wiyot Nation. But of course, they have set up to receive that. And anytime that we pay the honor tax, it does go directly to the Wiyot Nation. So you can see on my little picture of the Honor Tax Project website that you just click on how to participate, and it will give you this honor tax form that I have filled out. Again, I try to do this quarterly, and then it gives you the address to send it to. And again, I hope that when we acknowledge this place where we are all so blessed to live, that we acknowledge whose land we sit on. And that compels us to use that information, to use that fact in our lives. Now I'm going to hand it back to Ian to continue a little bit about this honor tax.
Thank you so much, Romi. You know, there's been many years when my family has gathered in November for what we call the Thanksgiving holiday. And, you know, in giving thanks, we've wondered to ourselves, what are we doing and where is this going? And for many years now, I've made a point of bringing out the checkbook at the dinner and discussing Native sovereignty and the honor tax and land back. And you know, some of our family is that's a very hard discussion for, which makes it a hard discussion for all of us. But it's an easy time to remember to participate in acknowledgement and appreciation, and so that's when I do that personally. But since Romi brought this up this morning, out of our presidential discretionary funds, I would like to, on behalf of Arcata Sunrise, make a first contribution and acknowledgement to the honor tax for the Wiyot Tribe. And while I cannot commit the funds of future presidents, I do encourage future presidents to do the same, at least on an annual basis. So thank you, Romi, for the inspiration this morning. Thank you to our club for participating in this acknowledgement. And we're getting this out into the community that we borrow. Thank you very much.